Colorado State looks to continue what's been the best four-year stretch in program history as the teams won a school record 87 games in that time. The Rams enter the 2016-17 campaign on the heels of an 18-16 overall record, 8-10 in Mountain West play, and a semifinal appearance in the Mountain West tournament. Picked 7th in the preseason poll, CSU returns just 2 starters, but a lot of depth to this roster, joined on set by Emmanuel, Omogbo, Jian Clavell, and head coach of the Rams, Larry Eustachy. First things first, where did you get those pants? Are they team issued?
No, they wasn't. I got this from H&M, and it's one of my modeling company.
Coach has been eyeing him. I think that he might want some too.
Let's talk about what we talked about. He's going to eventually be a designer of clothes, and I'm going to be a hand model because that's the only thing that works with me. And Gian's going to be a poster boy in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, with his hair.
We don't have to talk basketball. We know all that. But
well, do you mind if I talk basketball a little bit?
If we have to.
All right. Well, Gian, let's get started with you. Someone that got off to such a stellar start to the season last year, were the team's leading scorer, and then you broke your left hand at practice after 10 games, had to sit out the rest of the season. How excited are you just to be able to get back out there on the court and do what you do best?
I'm super excited. It's just like when you give a toy to a kid on Christmas, that's how I feel with the ball. It's just, I feel like a little kid out there again. I feel super excited. I'm just happy just to be back and just blessed to have a year.
Coach, when Gian went out, Antoine Scott definitely stepped up and filled that void. Is it a little bit of a flip-flop now, going back to Gian and having him be that production player?
Well, no disrespect to Antoine, but and he was a great player and did a great role, but Gian's a much better overall player as far as impacting winning. He's just a great leader. He's, I don't think there's a better player in the league, and I'm not afraid to say that. And I might have the second best player or equal best players in the league next to me, but he certainly changes the culture of what we have right now compared to last year.
How is he? How is his personality on the court help have that leading presence?
Well, sometimes he'll irritate some players, you know, because he's learning how to be a leader, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you learn by making mistakes, you learn by doing. And I pointed out in practice the other day, you guys are all saying he's talking too much, but he's carrying you guys right now. So why don't you try listening? It's really cool to see it develop with both these young men. I mean, they've come so far, and you know, sticking on Gian, I think he has a different outlook on it. I think you'd agree, Gian, by sitting on the bench,
yeah,
and not being able to play,
yeah,
and wanting to be out there so bad. So. He's gonna capture every moment. He's not gonna let one moment get away from him this year.
What were some of those things that in your time away, not being able to play, that you learned some big takeaways from the year?
The way the game is played. It's just, I saw it differently. I watched a lot of film, just trying to help my teammates out. Just everything overall, everything about the game, leadership. I learned a lot about how to be a leader, and just pretty much learned a lot about the game.
Emmanuel, you averaged 10.9 points per game last season, had 8 rebounds a game. A top rebounder in the conference, I'd say. I was at one of your games when you had 18. Is that something that you stress in your game and that you hope to continue to do more?
Yes, I definitely, like, rebounding is all effort. Like, coaches always tell us, get our shoulder by. And that's what I try to do half of the time. I say, go ahead, G, take all the shots you want. I just go rebound in practice. Call me the trash man. I mean, you got to do what you do best. I learned from Tristan Thompson on the Cavaliers, like, be a star in your own way or whatever. Like, obviously, he wasn't scoring that much, but he was rebounding a lot, and he got them a championship. Even though we all agree LeBron and Kyrie put the whole team load on their shoulders, but Tristan Thompson was a big part of the team with his rebounding ability.
And that's what you're hoping to do for this team?
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
Oh, come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you definitely made an immediate impact last year, and dealing with your own very personal loss with your parents and niece and nephew in that house fire. But I know that Coach Eustachy says that your family and the amazing community outpour that there's been from Ram Nation in supporting you. How has basketball been a positive, and how excited are you to getting back to it with this team?
I mean, things happen, and I took it, like, after that happened, like, I talked to Coach. He took me in. He took me in since day one, where the first day he met my parents, and my dad was like, oh, I really like him. I want you to be able to take care of my son. And since then, he's been taking care of me. And I just look at it as just, now I'm just playing for my teammates and playing for my family. Like, it doesn't matter. Every game, every practice I go out there, I always think about my mom and my dad and my nieces and nephew.
Coach, what does that mean to hear him say playing for his team and playing for his family?
Well, first of all, you know, he's not a trash man. Okay, I think you could get these teams that are here today, and they'd have trouble beating these two guys 2-on-2. You know, they bump heads a little bit together, and that's what great players do. So he's more than just trying to collect Gian shots, which Gian does like to take shots. But I think they're the key to what we're going to do. But yeah, they're all family, and you know, everybody's family. My wife has played a big role with Emmanuel, and you know, this is a different group of guys than last year. We don't have an issue. We family is the best way to put it, and yeah, I think I've shared some tragedies with Emmanuel that I've shared with nobody else, and it happens. You never forget, but you move on. Finest parents I ever met were the parents that came on the visit with him, and we're all thinking about him.
Standout player in person, definitely. In terms of how this team has come together, you said that they do gel very well. There aren't problems. What are you liking about this group that you've put together to start the 2016 season?
Well, I'm not saying there's not problems. There's a few problems, but
other than these two.
But no, like, here's the best way to put it. We were in the airport ready to come here, and we were waiting to see if he was out for the year because he had an MRI on a particular bone in his hand, and if it was cracked, they had to pin it, and he'd be out for 3 months. We have 10 eligible players. If we stay healthy, I know we'll play the right way, but injuries are the key to our team's success. I think we'll struggle a little bit early with some new guys and what have you, but I think we could. I really, really like not only this team, but where this program's headed. But obviously, the two to my left carry a heavy burden on the success we have this year.
Someone who was a freshman last season, moving up this year is Prentice Nixon, had some very bright moments a season ago, him and J.D. Page. How have the two of them developed?
Well, again, 5 of our 10 guys are hurt. I mean, he has a sprained wrist, his shoulder hurts. J.D. Page he changed his name to J.D. Page. I still call him Jeremiah. So I didn't even know that. So I knew it, but so he has an inflamed groin. You know, Nico has mono. So we're kind of a mash unit right now. But those two, like I say, in time, will be a big part of this group.
Guys, get healthy.
I looked at the 10 guys we have, and I came up with 8 different lineups. I mean, we can play all different kinds of ways, and I don't think we have a distraction this year. We just, you know, we're a player bothers the coach and takes his mind away for 20 minutes, which I'm capable of doing. I just think we have a group that's going to move on, take the film, take it to the court, get it to the game.
Well, some interesting matchups in your non-conference schedule. Hit the road to face Stanford and Colorado, get Wichita State at home. Also, in December, head to the Pepsi Center to play Kansas State. What's that going to be like for you guys? Is that an exciting time to be somewhere where the Nuggets play, where an NCAA tournament was hosted last season?
I'm really excited for the Kansas State game because I felt like we left one at the table last year. Even though Gian wasn't playing, I felt like we had an opportunity and we had a shot to win the game.
I'm just excited overall about any game. I'm just excited to play.
Well, what are you trying to get out of that non-conference slate? I know that you guys said dealing with injuries and stuff, but obviously you want to play your best ball. Is there any game in particular that stands out other than Kansas State where you're like, hey, I want to get out there? Not you, because I know you said you're just excited to play in general. But any game that stands out to you, Emmanuel?
I don't know, probably Wichita State at home. That should be a pretty good game. We should draw pretty good crowds and just get the ball rolling.
Arena definitely has that, a good crowd. Well, thank you guys for taking some time with us on the Mountain West Network, and can't wait to watch you all this season.
Thank you.